Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Did Robyn Brown's ex-husband David Jessup leave on Sister Wives? Fans were aware that David Jessup had previously battled leukemia. On Sister Wives, viewers got to know Kody Brown, his current wife, as well as his previous wives and their children. Since 2010, the family has been the focus of the TLC show. Robyn Brown, Kody Brown's most recent wife, was introduced to viewers at the beginning of Sister Wives. Prior to this, Robyn had been married to another man, David Jessup, and shared 3 children with him, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. In 2009, Robyn and David split up, and the following year, she met Kody. Fans of the show are aware that David had leukemia in the past, and his family even started a GoFundMe page for him. Fans have been curious as a result of recent online reports claiming that David had passed away. "I just read that David Jessup passed away. Is this true?" a social media user wrote. "I know he was very sick and there were rumors that Dayton stayed with him for a minute," they added later. "Is there any information available?" Commenters inquired about the source of the information for the original poster. The original poster responded, "I just saw it in passing in a comment," when questioned. "Given your source, I'd say unlikely," mused another fan. Some fans found flaws in the narrative, particularly in a recent obituary. Other flaws in the narrative were also pointed out by commenters. "David typically goes by Preston," as one fan observed. The family's GoFundMe page uses the name Preston a lot. Having said that, the original poster asserted that they had seen David referred to as Dayton's dad. Additionally, online, images of an obituary claimed that David had passed away recently. One such post contained the caption, "Robyn's ex-husband, David Jessup, has officially passed away after a long battle with leukemia. R.I.P." David's family previously shared an update on a GoFundMe page. However, the post was also criticized by commenters. One commentator pointed out that David had officially passed on something that was awkward. "Officially passed away," they wrote. Instead of officially passing away? What does that mean? The image used in the obituary was another problem. The image appeared to have been artificially altered, according to some fans, with some speculating that David and Kody had merged. Aside from differences in color, David's bangs were also noticeably different between the 2 photos. It appears that the story is a hoax. In all likelihood, this news would be shared by the family, especially through the GoFundMe page. In point of fact, David's family revealed in a more recent update that he was doing well in August 2024. "Summer is always such a busy time that I just realized I haven't updated everyone on how Preston has been," was shared on the GoFundMe page. "Since I last wrote, he has had 2 doctor appointments, both of which have been excellent. Numbers are good, and he has been told to continue taking the chemo pill, which is hard on him but has helped so much. He has been informed that in order to remain in complete remission, he will need to continue taking them for at least 3 more years." Robyn, the beleaguered matriarch, suffered a devastating fall down the stairs, resulting in a confirmed broken leg and immediate hospitalization. The incident, which occurred late last night, has sent shockwaves through the already fractured household, plunging the family into utter chaos. For months, Robyn had been the glue holding the family together, despite the growing resentment, whispered arguments, and unspoken betrayals lurking beneath the surface. Now, with her incapacitated, the fragile balance has shattered, exposing the deep-seated dysfunction that had been carefully concealed behind closed doors. The fall itself remained shrouded in mystery. Was it a tragic accident, a moment of dizziness from stress, or something more sinister? Eyewitness accounts are conflicting. Some claim they heard a heated argument moments before the crash, while others insist Robyn had been unsteady on her feet for days, overwhelmed by the emotional toll of her family's relentless infighting. Regardless of the cause, the aftermath has been nothing short of catastrophic. Robyn's husband, David, was reportedly inconsolable at the hospital, though rumors swirled that his grief is laced with guilt. The couple had been embroiled in a bitter dispute over finances just hours before the fall, with neighbors overhearing raised voices and the sound of objects being thrown. Their eldest daughter, Melissa, has taken charge of the situation, but her no-nonsense approach has only fueled tensions with her younger siblings, who accuse her of being controlling and dismissive of their concerns. Meanwhile, the middle child, Jake, has retreated into silence, refusing to speak to anyone, while the youngest, Emily, has been spotted breaking down in tears outside the hospital, whispering to friends about how this was bound to happen. The extended family has descended upon the hospital, offering both support and unwanted opinions, turning the waiting room into a battleground of conflicting emotions and long-held grudges. The doctors have confirmed that Robyn's injury will require extensive rehabilitation, meaning she will be out of commission for months, a reality that has left the family scrambling to figure out how to function without her. Bills are going unpaid, schedules are in disarray, and the household is descending into disarray as each member struggles to cope in their own, often destructive, ways. Friends of the family have expressed concern that this may be the breaking point for a clan already teetering on the edge, with some even whispering about the possibility of long-buried secrets finally coming to light in the wake of Robyn's absence. As the hours drag on in the sterile hospital corridors, one thing has become painfully clear: this family was barely holding it together before the fall. Now, without Robyn's steadying presence, they may be headed for total collapse. The question on everyone's lips is no longer just about how Robyn's recovery will go, but whether this family can survive the storm that has been unleashed in her wake. The accident has also reignited long-dormant suspicions about the family's darker undercurrents. Robyn's sister, Linda, has been vocal in her belief that the fall was no accident, all but accusing David of negligence, if not outright malice. Social media has erupted with speculation, with amateur sleuths dissecting every known detail of the family's very public meltdowns over the years. Meanwhile, David's erratic behavior, alternating between angry outbursts and eerie calm, has only added fuel to the fire. The police, though not officially involved, have taken note of the suspicious circumstances, questioning family members about the events leading up to the fall. For the children, the trauma of seeing their mother in such a vulnerable state has brought old wounds to the surface. Melissa, who has always played the role of the responsible one, is buckling under the pressure of suddenly becoming the de facto head of the household, resenting her siblings for their perceived lack of support. Jake's silence is becoming increasingly alarming, with some fearing he may be retreating into dangerous isolation. Emily, the baby of the family, is acting out in reckless ways, sneaking out at night and refusing to engage with anyone who tries to help. The family therapist, who had been working with them for years, has issued a stark warning: without immediate intervention, this crisis could lead to irreversible damage. As Robyn lies in her hospital bed, drifting in and out of painkiller-induced haze, she remains unaware of the firestorm raging around her. When, or if, she wakes up fully, she will be forced to confront not just her own physical recovery, but the emotional wreckage left behind. The family's carefully constructed facade has crumbled, exposing the lies, betrayals, and unspoken hostilities that had been festering for years. Whether this tragedy will ultimately destroy them or force them to finally address their demons remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: nothing will ever be the same again. The days ahead will be a grueling test of endurance, love, and forgiveness, if any of those things still exist within this broken family. Neighbors and friends watch from a distance, unsure whether to step in or stay out of the drama. The local community, once envious of the family's picture-perfect image, now watches in horrified fascination as the truth unravels. And through it all, Robyn's absence is a gaping void, a stark reminder of how much they all relied on her, and how little they appreciated her until she was gone. The fall may have broken her leg, but the real damage is to the family's already fragile foundation. Now, they must face the hardest question of all: is there anything left to salvage, or is it too late?